Well, good morning, church. Morning, everyone. It's so good to visit with you by these devotions. I appreciate you guys sharing them and making comments. I hope it's a blessing to you. Jeremiah 17, 5 through 8. All I can say as we start this is just wow. And I'm asking the question this morning, do you trust God? Do you trust in the Lord? Jeremiah 17:5. Cursed is the man who trusts in mankind and makes flesh his strength, and whose heart turns away from the Lord. For he will be like a bush in the desert. He will not see when prosperity comes, but he will live in the stony waste in the wilderness, a land of salt without inhabitants, lifeless. That's what that means. Verse 7. Blessed is the man, not cursed, but blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord and whose trust is the Lord. For he will be like a tree planted by the water that extends its roots by a stream and will not fear when the heat comes, but its leaves will be green, and it will not be anxious in a year of drought, nor cease to yield fruit. Wow, what a great set of verses. Trusting in yourself, trusting in mankind is a very bad plan, really bad. God says you're cursed if you do so. You're like a bush in the desert. Your life's going to be dry, lifeless, fruitless, and dying. It's dead and dying. Trusting in yourself, man's plans. Uh, Proverbs 3, 5, and 7 is crystal clear that you should not trust in yourself. You should lean not on your own understanding. But listen to this. Trust in the Lord, he says in the second phrase, and then I love this, trusting in the Lord, and then he actually makes it a little deeper, those whose trust is the Lord. Trusting in the Lord, to me, makes the Lord your trust, but there's a difference in trusting in the Lord and trusting the Lord. Trusting in the Lord is trusting in the Lord's plans. As he reveals them to you, you go, okay, that's a good plan, I trust that, let's do that. Trusting the Lord is saying, I just trust you whether I know the plan or not. I just trust you. I flat out trust you. I don't need any proof. I don't need any evidence. I just trust you. It's trusting everything about him. And that person, Jeremiah says, God speaking through Jeremiah says, is like a planted tree by a river, a lake. It's full of life. It never ceases to yield fruit. It has extended its roots, and even in seasons of drought, it does not get anxious or worry or upset. It always has this confidence of life around it because the trust is in God. So you can live a cursed life or a blessed life, favored by God. Blessed means favored by God. It all depends on whether you really want to trust in the Lord and trust the Lord for everything. I pray today you'll meditate on how you're doing with that and make adjustments where you need to. Love you guys. See you back soon.